What a lovely day. And an interesting book. How many pages are there? Oh, I can have this done by tomorrow. Hello, honey. What are you doing over there? Ah, just looking? Alright. You enjoy yourself now, okay? What am I doing? Just reading a book. I've gotten to a chapter where they're talking about flogging the main character. I think they're going to enjoy it. What's flogging? Oh, don't worry your sweet, pretty little head about it. Nothing you'll ever go through. Unless you ask. You're really curious about what flogging is? Well, it's getting whipped. Yeah, just standard whipping. Nothing special. It is typically horrible, yet there's many people out there that seem to really like that type of thing. Oh, you're so sweet and innocent. Like I said, don't worry about these things. You'll never go through it. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to get back to reading this. This chapter seems very interesting. And right up my alley. You want to do things together? Well, can it wait a couple of minutes? You don't know. Well, are you going to be my good boy? I guess that's what I should ask you instead. I know you can be a good boy for me. Yes, my good boy. How? We're gonna play this game, I see. Okay. Well, the best way for you to be my good boy is to hush and allow me to focus on this book. Okay? Good boy. We'll see how long this lasts. Administrative punishment was carried out on 2 of the 5 soldiers. I know you didn't say anything, but I can tell that you're looking at me, and I was right. So, my love, is there something you are just craving to ask me? Or to tell me? Oh, well, surely there's something. There must be a very good reason why you want all my attention right now. Feeling needy? No? Okay. Then what is it? You just want to keep me company? I like the sound of that. Keeping me company, of course. Like a pet. Do you want me to treat you like a pet? Well, I'm already calling you good boy. You don't want me to scratch your head? Allow you to lay in my lap while I focus on reading. You wouldn't like that? Well, what would you like before I decide to flog the information out of you? Oh, yeah, of course I would never never do that. No. Oh, don't look so scared. You know I would never hurt you. Unless you specifically ask. So me biting you doesn't count as hurting you? Or when I smack your butt? You have a fun way of explaining things away. Hey, back to focusing. What I described to you apparently wasn't ideal. What part of it wasn't, though? I am incredibly curious. The fact where I wasn't paying attention to you alone? Oh, 'cause I want to read this book. So book time is over, I see. You are so bratty sometimes. You know that, right? All the attention to you. And nothing else, huh? I get it. I get where you're coming from. Come closer. Darling. I should punish you for acting this way. But it's so amusing. Oh, shh. You know what you're doing. And you're happy with the result, I'm sure. Your face is turning red, and you have this grin stuck on your face. It's pretty obvious when you're happy. Shall I back you up into a corner? Have there be as little space between you and I as possible? Oh, so now you're calling me mistress. Now I know where your mind's going. Well, at least I have a confirmation. Listen, my lovely dear. It seems that I'm going to have to teach you how to really be a good boy. Your lesson begins now. Oh, look at that. Your pupils are exploding, and you're biting your lip. You just washed your hair, didn't you? It smells wonderful as always. Your hair smells like apples. You must have done that on purpose. You know how much I love apples. Now that I'm looking at you, you've been preparing for something this entire time. Your collar's not on, but there's signs that you want to be dominated. Of course, oh so gently. I'm never rough with you. What shall I do with you? Anything I want. Of course, dear. Of course. But what can I do? That'll be a proper lesson for you. Look at me. all the way up. There we go. That's much better. I always love gripping you by your jaw. Open your mouth, darling. Open. Such cute lips. So much smaller than mine. And that wonderfully pink tongue. I love playing with that. Well, don't speak. Should be mighty difficult with me pressing my thumb down on it. This thing's gonna get you in trouble one day. And your arms and your legs. These are the instruments you use to distract me. So, what will you be doing in the future with these? When I'm reading, and make sure to pay attention. When I am reading, you will be on your best behavior. You will sit down next to me with your phone, with a book, or with nothing at all, and you will lay your head on my lap while I stroke your head, while I play with your body, while we both enjoy ourselves. Is that understood? Good. Good. Now, I want you to say something. Repeat after me. I'm going to be a good boy for my mistress. Now here comes the fun part. Now you're gonna have to prove it. But, well, I do want to read about flogging. I want to play with you. And while I can't combine these two favorite things just yet, maybe there's a middle ground. Is there still a bit of brattiness in you? Depends. Now that is an interesting answer. What do you mean by that? Exactly. You want there to be a challenge. You want me to be rough. But you just said you changed your mind. Now this is going to be interesting. How can I help the both of us? Well, there are two options. You have so much pent-up energy inside of you that really needs to be expelled. So, I can either take care of that in my own special fun way, or you can be a very good boy and be my cuddle buddy. You lay on my lap. Now. Don't be shy. It's not like I'm gonna smother you. On purpose. Again. You're gonna be fine, okay? All you have to do there is be obedient and lay right there while I read. And while I absent-mindedly pet you wherever my hands wander, I think you'll be happy. Now, what page was I on? I believe it was here. No, it wasn't. Now, there is no way in this world that you made me lose the chapter. I didn't put my bookmark down. Are you saying sorry? There's not much pleading you can do. Just hope I can find it. Okay. There we go. I like this one. Listen to this. Another thing about administrative punishment. There is no permanent black mark. Those records are destroyed at the end of boot training, and you start clean. The only record is one where it counts most. You don't forget it. Oh, it doesn't apply to you right now, but there might need to be some form of boot training. Just to make sure that you stay being good. We shall see. You pretend to be scared, and yet... Let's just say I know a thing or two about what you crave. Oh, hush, hush. I'll show you later. Now all I've done is rile you up some more, huh? Shall I smother you? It'll calm you down. Then stay calm. There were other floggings, but darn few. Hendrik was the only man in a regiment to be flogged by sentence of court-martial. The others were issued of punishment by mind, and by lashes it was necessary to go all the way up to the regimental commander, which is reported the commander finds distasteful, to put it right. There we go. See? Now this is much better. There's a little bit of focus on you. There's a little bit of focus on myself. Oh dear, what's wrong? Well, you're tearing up. What's the matter, darling? Sorry? Sorry for what? For being a distraction. I know you want attention. I know you can't help it. I'm a submissive man. Even now, as cute and adorable as ever. I wouldn't call it selfish. I say you need to learn how to control your desire to constantly be the center of attention. I know that sounds a little harsher than I meant it to be, but you do like when I give you attention, right? And you did technically admit that you hate it. Well, not hate, but dislike when I'm not giving you all of my attention, right? Then you know why that's not completely good, right? I understand wanting attention from the one you love. Oh, trust me, I do. Yet, at the same time, that can become incredibly smothering. It can hurt a relationship instead of making it grow stronger. You are a cutie pie. It's gonna take a while. It's another challenge that we'll overcome. You're not a nuisance. You don't need to apologize. Just be aware. Be aware and try your best. While we do have a life together, there are some aspects that we enjoy that are separated from each other. I mean, I can't go to work with you. I don't know your job. You can't come to work with me. You certainly don't know my job. There are some hobbies and things that we like that the other doesn't. And that's okay. We don't always have to do things together. It just makes the times when we can get together even more special and even more precious. At first this was supposed to be honestly rather lewd. The things I wanted to do to you. I already had an entire scenario mapped out in my brain. But there's a time and place for everything. Right now I just want to love upon you. You did succeed in getting my attention, but for a very different reason. Let me just pet you. Just listen to the raindrops, the fireplace crackle, and just relax.